we're going to start off tonight and talking about end-of-life planning. Now, normally when you think about end-of-life planning, you think, well, is the loved one, do they want a funeral? They're going to have a burial at sea. We've talked to the fellow down at the Cape who does burials at sea. All of that. It's much more complicated these days, in part because of AI, artificial intelligence. Here to explain all of that is Paul Freed. He's the owner of I Made Arrangements, an end-of-life planning website and service. Paul Freed, I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Please tell me it's not Paul Fried.
You got it, Dan.
Good. All right, Paul. Appreciate it. And thanks for the few moments we had just before the 8 o'clock news. So you are not the owner of a funeral parlor. That is not what you do here. Who are the people who come to you, and what do they want you to accomplish for them or their loved one?
So what we created was an online platform where people can go in and make all of their end-of-life arrangements. And, it's interesting how, technology is playing, a large role in how all this happens now, even with online wills, advanced directives, things like that. It's very interesting when you start looking at statistics, right? And 24% of Americans have wills. And, I believe a lot of this is because, well, listen, look, we're a death-denying culture, so people don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to plan for it. But what they don't realize is the mayhem that they're going to leave behind. And you've seen it, I'm sure. I bumped into a woman I knew from the bank. I saw her at Whole Foods today, and I hadn't seen her in about 2 years. She had moved out of the area. She said, she had to come back. Her dad had passed away, and no will. So the estate's tied up in probate. So she had to come, and she said it's just complete chaos. Listen.
By the way, you don't know this, Paul, but I'm a lawyer, and I certainly advocate to everyone who I know to have some form of a document, will or trust. So clearly, what you're saying is true. But you do more than this, than what a lawyer would do.
So we do. So people can come in, they can come to the site, and they can plan out their funeral, just the logistics of the funeral, and fill out a document. And that document can then be emailed to their loved ones right from the platform. Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? What would you like done with your ashes? Set the tone for the ceremony, music, food, readings, all of that. And then you can go on to build a will. You can go on to build an advance directive. You can upload contacts. You'll assign an executor. They'll get invited through the system, and the system will vet them. They'll accept their role as your executor. We label them a wish keeper. So they'll accept that role. They'll have limited access to all of the information that you have on your site until you pass away. Their key role, enter the date you pass. You will upload all your contacts into your page, your profile. And you'll create a notification of passing. So when your wish keeper enters the date you pass away, an email will go out to all your contacts from you, letting them know that you passed away.
This is very 21st century. This is very 21st century.
And I'm sure you've witnessed this. You bump into an old buddy, and they tell you about the passing of a mutual friend, and oh wow, I wish I would have known. I would have loved to go to the funeral.
Happened to me this weekend. A neighbor who had passed, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You also, one of the reasons we got to this today was that some people, I guess, can leave videos, which is understandable. That it has become very high tech and very artificial intelligence inclined. It's doing things that you never would have imagined 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago.
The technology is playing such a big role, and the nice thing about it is, Dan, you think about it, people don't want to talk about this. So you know what? If I can sit in front of my computer and I can put all of this together, right? You know what? It's a lot easier than sitting down talking with my children and all of that, right? It's very personal, and I can take the time. So, and again, on our platform, you can write your own obituary, you can write your own eulogy, you can upload a video eulogy to be played at your funeral. You can queue up emails or text messages
you could
to go out.
basically do your own eulogy and deliver your own eulogy.
Correct. Yeah, you can queue up
take long
emails
before
to go out.
That's happening. I enjoyed the ride. Thanks very much, folks, to my friends.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. There was what some thought was a very distasteful interview over the weekend in which a former CNN reporter did an interview with an avatar, I guess, of one of the young high school students who were killed at Parkland High School in Florida. And I guess the parents went along with it to deliver a message about stricter gun control. But it did generate a little bit of controversy because here we have that reporter who used to work at the White House interviewing a videotape of someone who sadly was killed 7 years ago. That sort of is a new frontier in terms of using images and artificial intelligence. It's God only knows where it's going to go. God only knows.
There was a story. This was about a year ago, and the technology has advanced so much. But there was a father in Buenos Aires who he lost his son in a motorcycle accident. So he went into one of these AI platforms, and he crafted a digital version of his son, and he spent a lot of time uploading a lot of information. So he uploaded a lot of photos, and he uploaded tens of thousands of character traits to shape the personality. And then he started to have conversations with the son, and it is very, very eerie, right? Yeah. He asked the son, like, why did you ride without a helmet? And and the son responded, right? Riding without a helmet on a motorcycle, there's an unmatched feeling of freedom. I felt the speed, the wind on my face. I felt alive. You can only imagine. This is coming back in this kid's voice. You can only imagine the father and what the emotion.
I'll tell you,
wow.
It is. Aldous Huxley had it right a long time ago when he wrote Brave New World. He never could have imagined what we're talking about tonight. Paul Freed, if folks would like to get some more information from you, you have a website. How can folks get in touch with you?
We have a website. It's imadethearrangements.com.
Okay.
And there's a lot of great information there when it comes to end-of-life planning. So I welcome your listeners to take a look.
And, of course, as in the old days, you were dealing with a funeral home a couple of blocks away or maybe a mile away. Now it doesn't matter where you are in the world. imadethearrangements.com. Paul, very instructive and very interesting, and to some extent kind of sad. But maybe some will benefit from this. We just don't know. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You're very
welcome. You be well.